Season 23 has changed Apex, and it's safe to say that we are in a support meta right now, since the season has almost been out for a week now. And if you take a look at the legend pick rates, you'll notice that most legend pick rates are down except for a certain few that are up a ton. Lifeline is now the most played legend with 157% increased pick rate, taking her well above Pathfinder. Newcastle is now the third most played legend with a 206% increase in his pick rate. Gibraltar, who used to be one of the least played legends last season, is now up 317% and is now the 10th most played legend. Also, Watson got a bit of a boost in her pick rate at 63% increase to make her the 7th most picked legend. So today, let's look at why these support legends are so OP and why you should be playing these legends and the reasons that make them so powerful this season. Now, with the introduction of Lifeline revived in season 23, it feels like we got more of a support revived, and every single support legend basically got the best buff of their lives, and every other legend basically got nothing or nerfed. So all support legends are up and every other legend are basically down. But starting off with Lifeline, who of course has a new set of abilities that, by the way, don't actually work correctly at the moment, and she's still super powerful. So basically right now her tactical is bugged. When you throw out her tactical, it's supposed to show this UI, which allows you to reassign her drone to your different teammates, along with recall your drone to yourself, and after you recall it, you can feel free to reassign it back to your teammates as much as you like. And it also shows how long the drone is going to be out for. But you've probably noticed in most games this doesn't work at all, and when you throw your drone out, it's actually bugged and the UI will disappear, and you'll only be able to recall the drone to yourself once, and after that you can't reassign it to your teammates either. So it's not even just a visual bug, the tactical is completely bugged in game right now, and still she's the most picked legend. Of course, she's got a new kit, and this new kit is super powerful. Her drone being able to heal you on the go is great. It increases the survivability of you and your teammates during a fight, as you can be healed no matter where you go, what position you take, and the drone can still heal you all at the same time. And of course, she keeps her revive passive, so the Lifeline revives are still super strong. And it's the reviving that we need to talk about, because in season 23, support legends reviving their teammates, first of all, revive them 25% faster, meaning they revive in 4.5 seconds. But also, after reviving any teammate as a support legend, their health bar will fill up to full as long as they don't get damaged in the process, meaning your teammate doesn't have to pop a medkit or syringe after being revived. They can just focus on healing their shields and they'll be at full health in no time. Also, this works if anybody revives a support legend. The support legend will also benefit from the health regen. So as you can imagine, support legends reviving your teammates is super strong, but the fact that Lifeline has a passive drone revive, which is already a super powerful ability, is now 10 times stronger, and the same goes for Newcastle. There's a reason Newcastle's pick rate is up a ton, and that's because the revive is also 10 times stronger, with him reviving faster and giving you health regen, while also of course having his knockdown shield, which have been buffed this season as well to have increased health, making it even harder to shoot a reviving Newcastle. Now imagine you have a Newcastle and a Lifeline. These fights might last forever because you'll constantly be reviving each other with very little risk, since the revives pop so quickly and your teammates are getting healed while it's happening. And that's why the support legend is really good this season, because it's so hard for your team to die. You can see in this clip being played in the background that somebody posted on Reddit a fight that just seemed to never end, and that's because you had a Lifeline and a Newcastle on both teams just constantly reviving their teammates, and both of these legends also have other abilities and buffs that make them even better at surviving fights. So you have Newcastle's tactical, which has now been buffed so that it can't take damage. That's right, you can no longer break Newcastle's tactical, so your team can sit behind it without worrying about oncoming fire breaking the shield. That of course allows your team to take cover and heal, alongside the fact that Lifeline has her ultimate, which is also an indestructible barrier that can be created around your team that also allow you to heal faster while inside, again increasing the survivability for your team, allowing you to regroup, heal, and keep fighting. At the same time, Newcastle has his ultimate, which creates another barrier that you can hide behind, along with a brand new perk which makes this even more OP. And this level 3 perk means that if you drop Newcastle's ultimate near your teammates, then it will heal their shields back to full, This also applies to Newcastle when popping his ult, and it doesn't matter what shield level you have, it will regenerate your shields all the way to full after popping Newcastle's ult for anyone in its radius. So as you can imagine, just Lifeline and Newcastle is an absolute powerhouse. You have constant revives, you have passive healing after revives, you have 3 different barriers that you can create, you have Lifeline's ability to heal your health, you have Newcastle's ability to heal your shields with his ultimate, and on top of that, both Lifeline and Newcastle benefit from the brand new support passive that causes small healing items to heal for double the amount. Meaning when you pop a shield cell, you'll heal for 50 shield, and when you pop a syringe, you'll heal for 50 health. This used to be the gold armor perk, and it was removed because it was so OP. And now every support legend benefits from this, and as you can imagine, it's just so hard to kill a Lifeline Newcastle combo. But then of course we also have Gibraltar. Throw Gibraltar in the mix with his new buffed dome. Gibraltar's tactical now only has a cooldown of 17 seconds instead of 30 seconds, and this is a big deal, especially if you pair it with Newcastle, because if you throw down Gibraltar's dome, and then right as it's being destroyed, throw down Newcastle's tactical, by the time Newcastle's tactical runs out, Gibraltar's tactical will be off cooldown, and you can throw Gibby's bubble before Newcastle's tactical runs out, meaning theoretically you can just have an infinite shield, switching between Gibby's bubble and Newcastle's tactical, and then Gibby's bubble again, and so on. Not to mention, Gibby's bubble is no longer destroyed by Crypto's EMP and Maggie's Wrecking Ball, so it's a real fortress. So now you have the combo of Newcastle, Lifeline, and Gibraltar, who have so many ways of defending themselves against oncoming fire, literally the ability to have an infinite shield, the ability to constantly be reviving your teammates with little risk and healing effects, and all of them have improved healing capabilities for themselves. It's crazy. And let's say the unfortunate happens and one of your teammates dies. Well, if you're a support legend, you're chilling, because their death box will spawn a mobile respawn beacon, so if you have time to grab their banner, you'll also get a mobile respawn beacon for free and can just call them in as soon as you want. Or if you have to make it to a replicator and craft their banner, having a support legend on your team and crafting a teammate's banner will spawn a mobile respawn beacon, again allowing you to instantly get them back in the fight. So the support meta is crazy because there's so many reasons why they just won't die, and it will make fights last a lot longer. Now if you're someone who wanted the 4K damage badge, it's definitely the best time to get it. However, that's only the case in ranked, because you can't get 4K badges or 20 bomb badges right now in pubs because of the Rift Relic mode. You just can't get them. I'm not sure if they'll change that in the future, but at the moment, yeah, you can't get damage badges. But if you're playing in ranked, I'm sure it's much easier now with how long the fights are going to be lasting. Now, those 3 support legends at the moment are the most prominent this season, but the other support legends, of course, benefit from the passive buffs. But also, I'd like to give a shout out to my boy Mirage. Mirage did get a small buff that a lot of people have been asking for. So for Mirage's ultimate, health bars will no longer show during his ultimate to give away the real Mirage. Of course, since the health bar update, a lot of people have been asking for this, so Mirage luckily does get a nice improvement. They really did focus on the support legends. Besides all of that, Lifeline also has the improved ability that she has movement now, with her passive drone glide, allowing her to keep up with the pace of the games, and some people have started figuring out some pretty cool mechanics with her drone. First of all, if you're on Storm Point, you can hit the gravity cannons and use her drone to carry your momentum quite far. Now, her drone glide caps at 600 velocity, so if you're doing this off a gravity cannon, it's better to feather her glide so that you maintain more speed for longer. People also found out that if you air strafe while using her glide, then you will go a bit faster and further. So if you can nail down air strafing, you can implement that as well. So there you go, the support meta is upon us because Apex buffed the hell out of all of those legends, and you've probably noticed when playing Apex right now that most players have Lifeline, Newcastle, or Gibby on their team. And I think this meta is quite fun. The fact that all legends can also craft teammates banners now to respawn them means that games will probably last longer, more players will stay around longer, and if you die, it means there's more chance that you get back in the fight. So I'd say embrace the support meta for this season. I'm sure there'll be plenty of changes next season to balance things out. It would be nice if they buff every other legend rather than just nerfing the supports back down, and see where this meta takes us. But it's an interesting time for Apex, and let me know how you're finding season 23 and if you've got any tips for playing any legends this season.